Yo, welcome back to my channel, Alex here. So I know it's been very long since my last video, I think around 1 week like that. The reason being because I'm actually quite busy. I'm actually doing my work, and also at night, right? I'm actually learning more things like about AI. So I'm actually exploring about something called OpenClaw. So this video is not about that. So that will be in the future video, not in the next video also, because I still learning about OpenClaw. So the high level wise is just like your own personal assistant. So it's quite cool. So one of the things that I do is just like summarize my emails lah. So that is for another video. So today's video, right, is more towards me sharing to you guys that I am 28 years old, and I have been working for at least almost 3 years, I think, and I'm actually already collecting 6 credit cards. 20 years old guy that have 6 credit cards. That's insane, right? So why do I have a lot of credit cards? Because I'm actually collecting miles. So I really like to travel around. And actually, tomorrow is my first business class trip to Australia with my girlfriend. So I spent around 162,000 miles for return trip to Perth for the two of us. So I spent about 162,000 miles. And this can only be done when I have a lot of credit cards because there are a lot of sign up bonuses that I get. So that's why I can collect miles within, I think, like 1.5 year to 2 years. Then I can actually buy this ticket. That's why uh, tomorrow is my flight. So five of the credit card is actually miles credit card, and one of the credit card is actually a cashback credit card. So let me show you guys. The first credit card that I actually use the most, right, is actually, it's called the City Rewards card. So this City Rewards card is like I can use it for online spend, but there's a limit cap of $1,000 per month, and I can get around like 4,000 miles per dollar. That's the cap per month lah. But I don't really spend so much that I normally can max out this credit card. So normally what I do is that if let's say my parents want to buy something, or my sister want to buy something, or when I go out with friends, right, I actually offer to pay first, then they can pay me with PayLah. That's how I can actually accumulate a lot of miles. So for this, right, online payment only. So is it useful? Actually, it's quite useful because a lot of shops actually accept ShopBack, FavePay, right? So these two is actually considered as an online payment. So that's why I use this a lot. Yeah, so this one can collect $1, you can get 4 miles. Then the next credit card that I have, right, is actually this one. So this one is actually the UOB Preferred Platinum. So this one give you also 4 miles per dollar, but there's a cap limit. I think it's like $650 if I'm not wrong for online spend, and $650 for contactless payment. So this one earns about 4 miles per dollar. So this is like a backup card that I use if let's say I need to pay more of the online stuff previously. Let's say I already maxed out my Citibank card, right? Then I will use this card to actually spend the online. And then for like let's say kopitiam food or something like that, I can actually use the PayWave. This PayWave can actually earn me about 4 miles per dollar also lah. So that's why I can accumulate quite a lot. Then the next credit card that I have, right, is actually this one, the UOB Lady card. So this one is a function for me to actually buy flight tickets. So I often go back to Indonesia, or my parents actually often to come to Singapore. So I always offer them to actually pay first for the flight, right? So this one also earns about 4 miles per dollar. So a lot of my cards actually 4 miles per dollar. That's how I can actually accumulate a lot of miles, right? So that UOB Lady card is purely just for me to use it for traveling. So if let's say I have a big purchase, right, I actually use this card. So this card is actually the DBS Altitude card. So this card is actually quite useful because it gives me like a fixed rate. I think it's like $1 I will get about 1.3 miles. That's if I'm not wrong lah. This is the last time I checked. I'm not sure about whether got any updates or not lah. So I have been using the same strategy for the past like 2 years plus, right? So this credit card is like, let's say I need to buy like a big purchase, like let's say I buy new computers, or let's say I need to buy new electronics, right, that cannot accept online payment, then I will use this credit card. Okay, next is like if let's say I max out my UOB preferred credit card, and then I also max out my let's say my Citibank, right? So if let's say I want to eat restaurants, then there's no more credit card that I can use. Actually, I have one credit card, which is this one. This is the UOB Flyer credit card. So this one gives me a fixed rate, I think 2.4 miles. Let me double check. Yes, so UOB Flyer credit card give me around 3 miles per dollar on Singapore Airlines or Scoot or Chris Plus, all these lah. So I actually use this if let's say I take Scoot go back to Indonesia, I will actually use this card. And then also 2.4 miles per dollar for like dining, food delivery, online shopping. So this one is useful for let's say I max out my UOB preferred credit card and I max out my Citibank. So I can get about 2.4 miles rather than I get the 1.3 miles from the DBS altitude, right? So I use this to actually spend more on the food part, lah. So you might be curious, how come I can spend a lot of money on credit cards? Like how come I can get so much that to the point that I can get 160,000 miles? Again, I told you before that I always offer to pay first. So let's say got home renovation in Indonesia, then they need to buy something in Singapore. So I always use my credit card. Or let's say when I hang out with friends and family, I always offer to pay first. So this one, like each time you meet up with friends, let's say just 4 people, and assuming that each meal costs about like $25 per person in a restaurant, this is already you can rank it up to like $100. So not everyone want to allow me to use the credit card, so we actually can take turns, or yeah. So that's actually the strategy that I use. Maybe some of the information that I mentioned might be wrong because it's been a while since I looked at the updates on the miles card lah. So I will actually write down the information, those like if I mention wrong things, so I will write down what is the correct miles per dollar lah, if let's say there is any updates. Anyway, there is left with one more card, right? So one more card is actually this one. This one. This one is the POSB everyday card. And this card is just for me to use it for petrol payment. So especially the SPC. So this one can give me a lot of cashback. So I can get up to 20.1% of petrol cashback. So this is actually very useful. So let's say the petrol price is $100. Then I only need to pay $80. So it's like quite worth it. So that's why I decide to just get this card. Originally, I actually used the DBS altitude to pay for my petrol, so I can get 1.3 miles per dollar, and then the SPC plus the UOB, I mean, the SPC plus the DBS one, right? Then these two actually give me, I think, around 10% or 15% cashback. Cannot really remember, but I will write down below what is the actually cashback rate. So on top of that, I can get the 1.3 miles per dollar. But after I think about it, I calculate, I think it's more worth for me just to apply another credit card. So some people will think, hey, you need to buy HDB, then you need to get the loan. Then how you can get high loan when you actually have so much credit card? Because each credit card will actually reduce like $50 of your credit, something like credit limit. I'm not too sure. I haven't really researched on that. But basically six credit card, $50 per card means it's like $300 lesser lah. So I think it's fine. $300 lesser. So yeah, I think it's quite worth for me to accumulate this amount of mile card, and then I can travel around. And tomorrow, finally, my first time taking business class to Australia. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this video. The information that I mentioned may be wrong, so I will actually write down those things that I say wrongly lah. So don't worry about that. Okay, see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.